So where were we? The Catwoman. She's got women. They look like they're going to be a part of her secret celebration. Look. Pretty cool. Are we going to be moving an ankh? Much like the fabric on a mummy? That's what I plan to do every year. Okay, let's see. Continue this Batman story. The next dawn. Ooh, who's this guy? The highwaymen are quartered in the village some leagues off. We need to get there before I lose the scent. Grumble. So, the letter M means moving to a better location or to a different spot. 3 of them means I remember where that is. Grumble. And then it's proudly heading to wherever that is. And then warning about working where? Go fetch us some horses, Truman. I'll distract the owners. What? I heard that. Better get used to taking orders, Truman. We're still a ways from home. And she's knocking. She surrenders to wood. Knock. Surrenders to wood knock. Oh, look. Greetings, friend. Could you possibly spare some warm cider and perhaps a scrap of bread for a weary traveler? It's funny because I just barely made a bread video on TikTok about my mom and the band Weezer. Truman, go fetch all the gods of Augustine. By all the gods of Augustine. So August is when the celebration starts every year, and then has the word in, and then the letter E is like a question. By all the gods of Augustine. And he's guiding the horse. This humiliation is impossible to bear. I would rather be dead. I'm right. His eye is on the right side. That can be arranged. Selenite. And what does the word selenite mean? Influenced by the gift or the animal. What? Gods be praised, Augustine legionnaires. Augustine legionnaires. Aye, Selenite dog. We found you doing what you dirty thieving scum do best. Selenite, me? Are you mad? Stand forth and be charged, soldier. So calling him a dog might be calling him a rebel. That makes sense since I listen to a lot of goth music. I'm very normal, just American. I don't believe in revolution stuff. For I am Timon Vicar of the House of Lords, Paladin of Augustine, Scion of the Most High, Slayer of Hosts. Ooh. Interesting. The thought that was sent to me was waking him up, and then it's yell owls coming out of him. I just barely made a video about Simon too. Ha 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 ha. They would laugh. Remember. And then, I shall have you all flayed for such irreverence. Ugh. And then the 3-letter N's has meant remembering the children in the dream. Oh, We wilt with fear, O great paladin. So 4 O's is you're out of time and we've surrounded you. The fool is delirious. His left eye is covered. What does it mean to have your left eye covered? Like you planned everything, how you're leaving? Perhaps not. Perhaps our Lord wanders a countryside clothed in rags, bearded with one eye out, in the company of a filthy Celine. And that's a Catwoman. Make way, boys. I think we've a use for this one. Since by our emperor's decree, we must kill her anyway. What's that guy's arm? Why not make some sport of it? He's got a buckle. Devil. So he grabbed his sword and he got him in the back. So you know what that represents, right? You dogs demean the proud uniform you wear. You bring shame upon the state, upon your liege. I'll have you answer for that. So did he just call them rebels? And that they would piss off their top as well? Have at it then, dog. Let us settle matters in the way of warriors. By my father's beard, you fools know little of the warrior's way. That sure path which leads to death and the grave. They never really had violence in comic books growing up, but they did in the one that I had. I only collected Gru comics. I never really got into them. It really opened up my eyes recently how cool these are. But know that I, Timon Biker, have traveled that path the days of my life. I dwell in this place of war. I sleep in the shadow of death. You are no legionnaires, nor are you true Augustines. You are simple murderers, and lower than that. He's looking at the sword, and the airs touched it. So that would symbolize using someone for their own pleasure. And now you are nothing at all. And then there's a robot hand. Maybe the robot's just a phone or a computer. May the devil and his minions feast on your entrails. Huh. Interesting. So there's a light hitting the left shoulder. And then this goes for helping other people. And it goes to this. So it's saying what's in their entrails has surrounded them, kind of. And it would affect your children. And here she is. there's a white cat in her head. And there he's pointing a sword that has used her. And now he's looking down at her. Now there's a horse. The horse is looking eye left. And there she's being escorted out on his horse. Truman stuck from behind legionnaires. Ooh. You saved me. Oh. And nighttime comes. Many of the highwaymen who pretended to be Selenites congregate at this tavern. Merchants from the Augustine capital steal away in the night and come to this place to meet with the highwaymen to exchange gold for the stolen goods, to hag a grog and sing a song while my people are slaughtered. The timing of the thoughts I had were party. You want to party. By the 7 moons. That means our family going crazy. Like hearing their voices and stuff. Empty, they're gone. If they were ever here to begin with. So this guy is red and blue. It's got a cup. And then this guy that agrees has passed out in his own stuff. And then there's stuff from there. Oh, they were here, all right. And here she's flipping. As the innkeeper will surely attest. Ack. What do you wish from me, Catwoman? So this means remember, cared, and then you know what's taking and you know what's handing. Speak the truth, and no harm shall befall you. Were the riders highwaymen here in the past hours? Yes. So there's a line between good and evil. A band of cutthroats and thieves. They sold goods to Augustine merchants. And how long ago did they ride out? I am unsure. Hours. What's that? $39. That's funny. Hours. Crash. That's hours. It's handing ER. Handing ER is wondering where the direction is, and then cared in the past tense, and then which is measuring what's entering the body and trading. I've lost their scent. What is he doing there? He's looking at this cat man. I'll never find them now. Damn their eyes. Whack. Flocking with everything. This means you're flocking with everything. And then, ha. It's trading and caring, and then you've handed a gift. Phones enter my mind. And here, it's would surround you. Someone must die for this. Do a pre-death funeral. Ooh, music. This person's bowing at music. And then what is this thing that he's been looking at? And this person's grabbing his hair. And what's this? They're crying. Talia. Hey, it's almost Taylor. It is Talia. That is gifting, caring, working, making sure everyone's cared for and cared about that. You don't believe me. I expect no less. She's crying. Without their scent, I've no certain means of knowing the culprits. Of course, I could follow your example and slaughter your people wholesale in an attempt to punish a score of thieves. Do not patronize me. Wow. So this is flocking everything, trading, cared about it, dreaming. You still believe we Selenites are evil? You have to believe it. I understand that. You have to believe it. I understand that. Should you allow yourself, even for a moment, to believe otherwise, your entire life would be revealed as a lie. Well, I mean, I like cats for pets. And you would be drawn into dispute with your own father, Timon Vicar. So, you knew. The Vicar's horse blanket carried your scent, your manner and comfort, your clean fingernails. That would mean because of the Alanis Morissette song, he didn't touch her. Just kidding. The horse. All aspects of the royal and spoiled. I had hoped to convince you so that you may in turn convince your father. Save my people. But the true devils have fled. I've lost them. I failed. So, nose left, nose the air that left. Whoa. Yes, I believe you. God have mercy on my soul. The thoughts that entered my brain there was that she's not sleeping around. Whoa, she turned into a human. Now they're going in there. Dawn. Crossing a window. I get it. It means like marriage, kind of. And he's looking at the horse. He's your shadow. You don't want to use her. He's got the left eye covered. And now he's going to the city thing and is his trail is known. 3 days' journey. Where? Show me, boy. Where is my beloved son? I am Lord. I'm afraid I'm not quite presentable. If that's me, then that's my dad. Fistodonalus. It's funny. Nonsense. You've never looked better. My son. My beloved lost son. Sounds the trumpets this night. There shall be a royal feast. I, Timon, vicar of the House of Lords, servant and son of the Most High Anointed Emperor Maddox, am consumed by a crisis of faith. I have with my own eyes seen and my own ears heard evidence to suggest the Empire's war upon the House of Selene to be invalid and execrable, an abomination upon the very gods in whose name we persecute this war. My soul is black, my heart heavy. Execrable, I'm sorry. For this to be true would mean I've slain hundreds and thousands of Selenites in vain. I fear it is for that reason my Lord and Master shall close his heart to even the possibility the Empire has acted falsely or improperly, and should he refuse my pleas, I fear my choices may be limited to prosecuting an unjust war and thereby continuing this slaying of innocents and renouncing my liege and country. This is the blackest day of my life. God save us. The thoughts entered there were about how we don't treat our pets very well. There shall be a royal feast. Step forth, my beloved son. I mean, to petition my Lord Emperor Maddox by his leave. Speak and be heard, Vicar. That means accepting his direction. My Lord, my life was spared again and again by a Selenite, by the daughter of Raz al Ghul, a Catwoman. Catwoman has convinced me that the Lord's proclamation against the House of Selene is perhaps too severe. I pray my Lord might suspend the warrants until a thorough review of the policy can be. Blasphemer. Thwack. Whoa. Dad. That's gifting, trading, flocking with everything, and then remembered cares, and then what was handed to you. Oops. You dared question my judgment? Are you mad?
Damn, what are you doing?
More likely, this witch woman has ensorcelled you. Your mind is not your own. Crack. That means stay away. And it's purple. Handing, heading, cared about the hand, and the thoughts being sent are the hands being wrapped. Suspend. Ha. For daring to affect my anointed child, I shall triple the legionary squadrons combing the countryside for the Selenite mongrels. I swear by the gods of Augustine, those cursed Selenites shall be wiped from the earth's face. No, Father. I'm saying he's kill all the cats. Got to reason with him. Keep him from escalating the conflict. Gods, no! It's a testing a rectangle that goes to a door that hurts. And then he's bloody. The Baron Pizza got him. Just kidding. What's this? Smoke. Oh no, he's looking. Thought that entered my mind was, what if he left something on? Catwoman. Whoa. Dan. They went into the water, so that would symbolize drinking. The right. See yourself. You green with her. So you're drowning in alcohol. And now monsters come and gotcha. And now this is, he's bit and it's got him. He's struggling to get out. He's being carried by the crocodile. And now she's going to the leaves, or what are those? Seaweed. Surrender to seaweed. Uh-oh. That's cut off. And then there's a crocodile thing. And she's getting it off. And she's saving him. Gasp. So they're saying alcohol is bad for my dad? Come on, Timon. Your empire needs you. Ah, much better. They're saying don't let him enjoy himself too much. Not dead. Not dead yet, fiend. You can't kill me, Timon. You love me. You killed my father. Had to happen. You know it did. Your father murdered hundreds of thousands of my people, Timon. Even so, I killed him out of necessity, not revenge. With Maddox gone, you are Vicar no longer. You are Emperor, and you know the truth. Got a nosebleed. Aye. No. Or it's getting shot. So it says it's caring, and then remember how everyone was cared for, and then the question was answered. You fools, what have you done? They shot her. They've done what must be done, Timon. Oh, they're talking about her cat. This would symbolize her cat in real life dying someday. I guess she's not gonna... They're gonna try to do it behind her back so she doesn't have to see it too much. The white cat in her head. They've done what they must. With my bloodline finished, it will be simpler for you to end the bloodshed. Ooh. Save my people. Save the cats. And then the shadow has been alone. So it's add owl to be alone. because the cat's gone. You see the shadow. I, Timon, master of the House of Lords, emperor and divine ruler of all I survey, in order to promote harmony and peace, to foster education and understanding by and among the races of the great empire, did vacate the warrants issued against the House of Selene, as the bloodline of the dread cat people is at an end. It is no longer incumbent upon this empire to wage war with the Selenites as a people, rather to judge them each as individuals and citizens of the great empire, entitled to the same liberty and justice as any Augustine by the law of God. The thoughts being sent to me there is that cats shouldn't be judged by what people do. Through my pain and anguish over the death of Maddox, my lord and liege, I am encouraged and hopeful. Each new day, the ring of peace overwhelms the din of war, as across the empire my legionnaires lay down their weapons and embrace the Selenites. As I settle into the daunting task of leading Augustina to even greater heights of glory, her bravery, cunning, loyalty, and sacrifice live on as a benchmark for this sacred office. In her dying, Talia, daughter of the demon, taught me how to live. Her sacrifice was profound, inasmuch as she gave up both life and love to save her people. This loss would be more than I could bear, were it not for my remembering. She still has 8 lives left. And so I dwell in the House of Lords, awaiting this day. I shall once again see her face, see the slayer of my father, I the slayer of her father and people, for peace to reign. Her very existence must be the darkest of secrets, yet I know I will someday see her again, as either friend or foe. God save us. Weird. There's a wall. So all I do is basically just measure what thoughts enter my brain, and then just do the math, like by moving the ankh across the origins of the letters. It's pretty interesting. I just tried to do a prayer that would be about my situation with Palm Bee. I know some of the most romantic dream I had or whatever recently was the day before I came across her stream where she mentioned a stalker. So I don't know if she was talking about me or not, but I haven't had time to like watch her thing as much as I'd like to, so I kind of missed that. So check it out. I got some other comics to go through. Here's Superman, the Superman family. So I was thinking this would be for my daughter. I'll do it just as a weird test thing now, you know. So whenever I have her, it'll be a cool experience to share. Let's see, what's this? So this would be like keeping her out of danger, or so she never goes to jail. But she's like invisible in this. Uh-oh. How does that not surprise me? And then Superman, this one with the old age. Now this makes sense because of one of the no pictures that Kathleen had with the blue on the no side with the refrigerator. When the day that she put on a white dress, and we went to the Rasputina concert, and they changed the lyrics from life to wife. I was acting really funny. I took pictures of myself. I put a target on my head, and I was pointing at a girl in the refrigerator, and so I believe that connected to somebody else. And I was trying to let myself know that somebody else was there. and it wasn't her. So, but you can see here with this comic where he's old. I was just trying to look. So it's a Superman time capsule. So I was looking just as an experiment to see like how true it is. Well, how much it will give me like a glimpse of the future or whatever. But the target, I put it on myself. It was purple, so it meant that it was somebody else. Get it? The white dress girl. And so the date that I posted those pictures of myself pointing at the refrigerator with the target on myself or whatever was the same date that Palm B posted herself in a white dress and the rose on it, on her chest. And so the girlfriend I had at the time when this happened actually gave herself a couple roses on her chest as tattoos. So that's kind of startling. I think she wants us both, honestly. She was kind of like that. I've never gone that way. I've never been interested in that. But anyways, this is pretty interesting. It'll be an interesting experiment. Very cool. So this one will be giving me a glimpse of my future, I guess. And this one, a glimpse of my daughter's future and how to keep her out of trouble. So there was one thing that happened to me in LA in the dream or whatever that warned me that there was something that I was doing that was going to make it. It was warning me about maybe somebody rich or famous or something like that being interested in my daughter. I can't remember, something like that. But it was concerned about that. It was concerned about like something to do with that. Pretty interesting. As far as there was 3 different children that I met. One of them was a baby in a dream where Palm B was in the shower, and I wasn't supposed to get clean for some reason, whatever that meant. I don't really know. And then there was another dream of him like moving out or something. I'm not really sure, but he was packing up a white car, or Jeep or truck or something. Maybe it wasn't a truck, it was like a... And then we were both kind of packing together. And there was another dream of a teenager where he got into trouble at school, and she was in her Soundgarden shirt, and we were talking to him in the spot that was next to the worst spot to think in my house I grew up in. So it was like waking him up to where the bad spots are to think. And then there was a child that doesn't like birds or something like that. That was annoyed at the birds for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. But I don't know. That's all I know. That's pretty interesting though. But I mean, so because of that, I've been like feeling obligated to, do the right thing or whatever and wake up this person. Why waste my time with somebody else if I know that, there's going to be kids or something like that. I don't know. And I thought maybe she was too different or young or something, but I don't really think that anymore, especially after having those dreams that warned me that she could die before me. That's probably so I just make sure that to be the best influence as possible. But worries me though, what she's doing now could be bad. Because I mean, how is it possible that she treated herself as good as I treated myself in her age? Because I mean, I lived off of health food most of my life. I spent a lot more money than other people on healthy food. I was like into vegan stuff. I spent a ridiculous amount of money on food that people just couldn't afford. But there were times in my life where I didn't eat enough, and that scares me. But anyways, they're really the dreams have been the guiding thing and the reason, honestly, since the beginning. I want to say since the beginning, because when I first came across her, I was like, whoa, that's a girl from my dreams. And I wasn't like attracted to anybody else more. And she knew this. And then when there was somebody else that was comparable to her, she came to me that night, and it was crazy what happened. She actually didn't want me to ever let people know, because she didn't want the girl to be upset or whatever. But it was like, get away from him.